Hey guys, how you doing? I I, I
How's
can't
everybody?
I can't remember the last time the three of us were on an AMA together. I think it's been a very long time, right?
It has.
Yes,
But then time
yeah,
flies when
Martin
you're
is
working
frozen.
in right streaming kryptonite.
Martin, you
absolutely.
sound like R2D2.
I think it's your end, Joseph. I can
Oh,
hear
really?
Martin. Okay, yeah,
Okay. I'm in a hotel room, so may not
yeah,
be getting the best
yeah,
internet. All right.
yeah. Your picture is a little bit frozen. Okay,
Okay.
yep,
I'll switch
no,
off my
all good.
camera.
No, no, it's okay. Keep the camera on. It's good. I got
Okay.
you now.
All right.
All right. So, hi everybody. Nice to be back here. I've done a whole bunch of AMAs in the last couple of weeks, and I felt it was time to kind of have one with our community and give a few updates. There's been a few questions about where things are at as well, and I know some people have been concerned about price movements and so forth. So we thought we'll kind of touch base on a number of things today, and happy to answer any questions at the end of this as well. So we'll kick it off. Maybe before we go into anything too heavy, Martin, is there stuff you want to share? I know you've been working furiously at things in the last few weeks, and you've been updating the community. But if there's any highlights you want to share with the community, please do so.
Yeah, so we got a couple of releases that are about to go live, hopefully this week, if not early next week. So one is a major update to our staking page. Um, Everybody probably, or at least I hope they know about our $100,000 airdrop. But in order to participate in that, you need to stake your right tokens. And at the moment, the staking page is very basic. It's static imagery and static information, nothing else there. What we've been working on in the background is that once you connect your wallet, you'll see things like your position, you'll see your real-time analytics, you see how much you've accumulated of that 100,000 airdrop on a daily basis. There's going to be a leaderboard. You can see all the airdrops that have been passed over to you on a historical basis. So in essence, it's going to give you all the information you need in order to make a judgment call about the 100,000 airdrop. Second thing we've been working on, and it's a little bit beyond the staking page, is a voting leaderboard. So what we're going to give the community the opportunity to is to vote for which of the season one projects they want to see make a reappearance in season two. And it's very simple. You go to the voting leaderboard once it's live, connect your wallet, and every 24 hours you get a free vote. And if you're very, very passionate about a particular project, again, you can stake your RAI tokens, and for every certain amount of RAI tokens that you stake, you get another free vote. So it's a very interesting and gamified way of voting for the project that you like most, and we'll get them back on season two to give them an update of how their journey has been so far.
And and guys, I'm particularly excited about that aspect of it because imagine this. We've got these project communities. I think there's probably about 10 million odd people in the different project communities, right? So we're going to encourage them to come and vote for their favorite projects and to be featured in season two. And when they start voting, they actually come into our ecosystem as well. They learn about RightStream, they learn about who we are. So I feel that this is a very powerful way to market to new potential community members and for them to learn about the RightStream platform. So this is something I've been wanting to execute for a while, and I'm really happy to see that come to fruition. Um, uh, Anything else, Martin?
The other thing is we've been working with All Rights, which, as many of you probably know, is a bit like our sister company, another startup founded by Riaz. They are a content as a service provider. So a difficult word, but what it means is they get licenses to 140,000 hours of movies, documentaries, TV shows, you name it. So via them, we license the content that we publish on Rightstream Plus. And we struck a deal with them where we can start publishing some of the really, really high quality Hollywood style movies that they got in their catalog. So we'll start releasing those over the coming weeks as well.
Cool. So yeah, lots of exciting things coming up in the weeks ahead.
Sorry, Riaz, one final thing.
Yeah, please.
One final thing I forgot to say, which again we've been beefering away on in the background. So at the moment you can access Rightstream Plus via the website. We are very busy building a Samsung TV app. So in the not too distant future, you can watch Rightstream Plus on your Samsung Smart TV. Following that, we'll start looking at Roku, and a proper mobile app for your mobile phone is in the pipeline as well.
Is awesome because that. Man, have you still got me?
Yes. Yeah, you froze up for a moment.
Hello? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, must be the Wi-Fi. I got you back, Joseph, as well. So lots of exciting things in progress on the product front, and super happy with the development. I think having the Samsung app will really help us lift the viewership numbers as well, because Samsung's got such massive distribution. I think they have like 70% of the market share across the globe. So I feel that really elevates us to the next level.
There's about 250 million smart TVs that use the Samsung operating system. So it's a massive market we're going to tap into.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me 1 second. I think my Wi-Fi is playing up. I'm going to switch to a different spot. How's that?
So I'll talk a little bit more otherwise, Riaz, whilst you're moving around. So besides Samsung, Roku, and mobile apps that are on the pipeline, of course, one of the things we're going to start tackling first, once the staking and the voting leaderboard are live, is getting the whole watch to earn and the whole watch to win on chain. We're already running a number of marketing campaigns via TikTok, Instagram, Google Ads, you name it. But once watch to earn and watch to win is on chain and is all built into the platform, we can start talking about that a lot more, and then we can start marketing it ourselves, not just as a streaming platform, but as a proper Web3 streaming platform. Lots of things in the pipeline on the backlog for the product side in the coming months or so.
Yeah, and I'm super happy with the way the product development is going in. We've made a very heavy investment in developing the product, and now we're making investment in marketing as well. So I feel that the community will start to see the results of what we've been working on. And I think just talking about investments, I know there have been some questions from the community in terms of the utilization of tokens, how many tokens are actually unlocked into the market, and I'm a great believer in transparency, so I just wanted to shed some light on those topics as well in this AMA. Over the last 3 years, we have been very conservative in utilizing the tokens that we have. When we did the initial TG, I believe about 18% of the tokens were unlocked to the market, and then over time, over a 3-year period, all the tokens do become unlocked because that's per our white paper. However, the good thing is around 250 million tokens are still directly in the company's control, and another 143 million are within this immediate team's control as well. And these tokens have not moved for a long time. So the team is holding on to it. We believe in the longer term vision. So a good portion of the supply we have very carefully managed in order to ensure that we have a long runway to execute the business. And the fact that we have come to this point and not expended all of our tokens, I think it's a proud moment for all of us. And all 3 of us have been in business for a long time, and we know how one has to be conservative with cash. And we treat our tokens just like cash. And our goal is to actually make those last for several years more so that the business becomes self-sustaining through revenues, essentially. Now, during that period, we've done 4 OTC deals in total in the last 6-7 months to bring in additional capital for the company because our last capital raise was back more than 3 years ago. And through that process, we've only liquidated 70 million tokens. And the way that we do these liquidations in OTC deals, they are done through professional VC. There's lockup terms with that VC so that tokens don't directly appear on the market, and that there's slow release, that there's no price pressure, and so forth. So we manage these things extremely carefully. So overall, I feel that from the tokenomics point of view, we're looking very healthy given the number of tokens that are under our control. And also from a business point of view, we're looking very, very strong, probably the strongest we have in our entire history as of today. So, Joseph, Martin, I don't know if you have anything more to add to that, but there's some thoughts that I wanted to share with the community.
Yeah. I think that, leading up to this, the whole show, the production was a very, very heavy cost because we wanted it to be a certain standard. I think people can see the quality and the standard for that. And getting Amazon in was a huge monumental task for us. I mean, for a Web3 brand to break into mainstream, it's not easy. You think it's easy, but it's not. And the cost that we incurred on this was really much more than anticipated, but it was well worth it. We're in now, and I think with Amazon there was some. I think we had a little bit of miscommunications on their side. They didn't flow through information properly to us on the marketing. We had to hold off on the marketing because as per instructions. But now that the show is live, okay, we can immediately start work on ramping up the marketing campaigns. Which, to be fair to us guys, I know you all have been asking for it, but we were told to hold and not do anything until we got a green light. Um, Unfortunately, we didn't get the right communications, but doesn't matter. This is season 1, and we can build on this. So the team is working on the marketing campaigns right now and pushing it out there. But Riaz, I don't know. Should I mention one of the things about the disconnect which the wider community is facing? Should I talk about that or?
Um, yeah, I think we can touch on that if you want. Yeah, I mean, I know you have been in communication with a few different people, and
Yeah.
again, transparency is important. So I think it's good for you to share that. And then after that, I want to talk about some of the recent partnerships that we have built as well. So, but go ahead, Joseph. This is people haven't seen you for a while on these AMS, so I'm sure they'd love to hear from you.
Right. I've been incredibly busy, of course. So yeah. So the disconnect we're seeing with the wider crypto community is that they only look at the surface. They only look at the top line, right? They don't go deep. Like not like you guys. You guys go very, very deep. And for them, they couldn't connect kryptonites with RightStream because it takes a little bit of effort. Even when we say produced by RightStream or powered by RightStream, that was a disconnect. You know what I'm saying? And we're exploring how we can solve this. And many people have told us that this is the issue. They didn't realize, even though they saw, produced by RightStream or powered by RightStream, they couldn't connect it. They couldn't connect it, right? So something that we're talking to various people about how we can solve this and look into this. But it is an issue for the wider community, right? The ones who just look at the top line surface, who don't go deep. All right. So I just want to put it out there that, this is something that we are trying to address.
Yeah, I think that's a good point because a lot people know the Kryptonite brand and then they know RightStream brand quite separately, but making that connection there is not that simple in their heads. And I've had people ask me, is there going to be a night token? How does this relate to Stream and so forth? And look,
Mm,
at the end of the day, we've got the best interests of the right community at heart,
yeah.
and we're looking to see that how do we ensure that the Kryptonize brand keeps growing, because that benefits Stream at the end of the day. And because I think I mentioned on previous communications that Rightstream owns 10% of Kryptonize basically, which means that whatever happens with that brand benefits Rightstream on an ongoing basis, and I want to do that with every film and TV show that we produce on the Rightstream launchpad over time. So we're looking at ways to create that connection. And looking at ways that we can ultimately bring benefits back to our token holders.
Mm,
Um, and just along those lines here, I think you guys might have seen a couple of announcements recently. We've done a partnership with IBC, which is Mario Nafol's company. And these guys have been really amazing, I have to say, in terms of uh, uh, helping us on the Kryptonite front, but also looking at how do we integrate the different ecosystems, right? Uh, we were having a call with them just earlier on to see how do we actually bring benefits back to the right token holders and using the Kryptonite brand, and what would be the most effective way of doing it and what's beneficial to both. And they're helping us in a few different aspects. We're looking to raise additional funds for Kryptonites, of course, for the next season. As Joseph mentioned, it is an expensive show to produce, and we thank all of our NFT holders for supporting us in season one. And I've already seen a question from one of our holders that says, will we see season one project tokens that have yet to launch for our NFTs? So 100%, you're going to get your project tokens from all the projects that was featured in season one. And as I'm aware that some of them will start to have the TGs even in the coming few weeks. So you'll start to see a
yeah.
lot more of those token drops.
I
Joseph,
think
do
the
you
point,
want to talk
Riaz, I
about
want
that?
to add, I do
Yeah.
want to add to that, right? The point is that these tokens should have been given to us at TGE, which is really, really important. You know, we're not a launch pad, so that was really a gap on our side, and I have to put hands up on that, right? It was really challenging, but we've learned, okay, that some projects will take liberties. Okay, it's a learning experience for us, right? Season one's the first time we're focusing on the show and the distribution and production, all that kind of stuff. But managing the tokens is also another big thing, right? You got to constantly deal with these people, right? So what's really important, something I stress to the team, is the upcoming TGEs. We really got to make sure that these guys give us the tokens on time, because they will delay as much as they can, right? That's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the challenge. I was talking to Paid, the Launchpad, and they say, yeah, that's really, really the big challenge. I said, can you give me some tips and advice how to make sure we do this? And they gave us some really interesting tips. So I really do want to try to implement these things so that, on TGE, we can immediately give you guys the release and no delay. And I know it's irritating. We hate it as much as you. But like I said, we are actually, first and foremost, we are on the production and entertainment side. Managing the tokens was really not our forte, but we had to learn along the way. And we do hope for the up and coming TGEs, we'll get it on time. Some of them, like I said, we will have to manage this. But you got to bear with us. We're figuring it out. And what you need to know is that we want to make sure that we get the tokens on TG, so we can give it to you immediately and no delay. That's important to us. Okay. And definitely for season two onwards, we know how to structure this in a different way. All right. But Up and coming TGs, we're working very, very hard to make sure we get it on time. Okay, guys?
Cool. Um, Thanks, Joseph. So I, I feel we're in a good place now, and it's been quite a journey for us. Launching the show, getting the show on Amazon Prime, and guys, that's a massive achievement. I think we probably don't acknowledge it enough ourselves, even within the management group or within the community. But this is a huge achievement. When our competing show said they were on Amazon, they weren't really. They were on a paid pay-per-view service, and on a number of other platforms, they were all pay-per-view, whereas we're actually on the subscription service on Prime Video. So huge achievement. Production values are amazing. We've got a Kryptonite live event coming up in Vegas in a couple of days on the 28th, and our nights are going to be there in the flesh. We're going to have a number of projects pitching to be on season 2 as well, and the whole thing is going to be filmed, and we'll be releasing that across our different social platforms. So that's exciting, and we plan to be doing a lot more of these Kryptonite live events because we want to keep up the momentum season in between seasons and get the brand out there at all the major events such as Token 2049, etc. So we're looking at some fairly strategic partnerships, and we've got an amazing partnership with DNA, of course. Brock Pierce's fund, they have invested in Kryptonites, and they continue to support us. And you guys would have seen our announcement that Brock Pierce has come on board as an executive producer of the show as well. I love the guy. He's incredibly talented. He's entertaining to watch, and he understands television. He understands production. He understands, how to engage audiences. So having someone like him on board is great for the journey. There's some new and exciting names that we're in negotiations with now as well for season 2, which I think Joseph alluded to briefly earlier on. So our goal is always how to make it bigger and better, to get better projects, better talent, and better distribution. So that all of that is in play. The other news that I'm happy to share with you, I think a lot of you know Nikita from the show. Nikita is the founder of Luna PR. Amazing lady. It's like you hear her story, how she started the company, and in a few short years has built this into a global powerhouse, probably the best marketing agency in crypto today. We're proud to have them on board, and they're coming on board to help market both RightStream and Kryptonites. So I've seen all of your requests when marketing, and so we're bringing on some very high caliber professionals to actually assist us on that journey. And our goal is very much aligned with the community and how to support our token, how to support the business, how to get the brand awareness out there. So we're undertaking a few measures on that front through these partnerships, and Nikita herself is really passionate about the show. She's assisting us in so many different ways beyond what just the agency will do. So super happy about that partnership. So if you look at it in a few short weeks, months, we've got we've got great partnerships with DNA. We've got partnerships with IBC. We've got partnerships with Luna PR. So amazing brand names that we're working with. Joseph, anything else that you want to mention from your side?
No, I think you got it covered. Again, like I'll just circle back to the first point, right? Getting them to connect Kryptonites to RightStream, right? That's in a very simple, quick, and easy way. Because, like I said, the broader community don't look deep at all. They don't, right?
Yeah.
You see, so
We need to simplify the narrative for them, basically. Make it simple for them. Okay, this is Kryptonite, this is RightStream kind of thing.
yeah, right. I'm hearing all kinds of suggestions, but you know what? We'll get.
Yeah. Cool. Martin, anything else for you?
Well, I spoke a lot about RightStream Plus, but also we started work in the background on studios, of course. So those that are less familiar with what we're doing, RightStream Plus is the Watch to Earn and the Watch to Win streaming platform. Studios is basically going to be our crowdfunding platform, where producers can raise funds for their movies and TV shows, because as we know, a lot of them struggle with this. So we built I should say, we designed the first pages for that, which we'll start building in the coming weeks. And we already got some really, really exciting things lined up. So we're working with a production company in the UK, and they got a movie that is already partially funded, and through us, they want to top up the funding. It's called Bitcoin Bandits. And it's actually super interesting. It's a bit like an Ocean's 11 meets crypto. So it's a story about how in Iceland, and it's actually a real story, how somebody did a heist on a Bitcoin mining farm and took away all the miners basically, and how that led to a massive police hunt across the whole country. So it was super, super cool. Another one that we're talking about is called Identity Flip. And that is actually from the producer that created the Sopranos. So a massive, massive powerhouse name behind that. So yeah, whilst we're building out further functionality for RightStream Plus, we started to lay the foundation for studios, and we're working towards doing the first crowdfunding rounds for those two.
And I think that's a really important point, Martin, that sometimes people think Kryptonite is RightStream is Kryptonite, but actually RightStream is so much more. It, we're staying true to our original mission and vision. And when we wrote that initial white paper, RightStream is about a launchpad for funding film and TV content. Not just one show, but film and TV content generally. So everything. And Kryptonite was a proof of concept. We've done that. We have proven it that we can actually fund a show on our platform. We can get it on a major streaming platform that with very high production values. Now it's time for us to actually execute to that vision and have things like Bitcoin Bandits and have Identity Flip and a bunch of other movies that launch on this platform that'll then stream on RightStream Plus, and then that whole ecosystem works as envisioned in our original white paper. So yeah. I do feel that that vision is now coming to fruition, and I'm happy with that. I think the pieces of the jigsaw are coming together, and we have built an ecosystem that fundamentally will help drive token value, because every project that we do, we get a share of that, and we actually generate revenues from advertising as well that go back into the economy, into token buybacks, and so forth. So the flywheel is starting to work, and we're just going to keep at it because we're here for the long haul. You guys have seen, we haven't gone away. It's like, through the ups and downs of the market, we continue building, and we'll continue building because we are eyes on the prize. We are going to succeed. And that is, in my books, success is the only option. There is no other option.
Yeah, and I think that's fascinating, isn't it? Because on the building part, I mean, if you look back in January last year, we had this idea about Kryptonite, announced it. I mean, it's on Amazon Prime now. We got Brock Pierce, we got Adrian Crane, we got DNA Fund behind us, we got IBC, we got Luna PR, we got Pace, we got all these massive partnerships and a lot more waiting in the queue, actually. So that's there.
And thanks for mentioning Paid, actually. I mean, that's one partnership I didn't mention before. But again, Kyle is a good friend of ours. He's on the show. He's supporting us in so many different ways, and working with him and paid platform is going to be amazing because that'll help us do more project launches as well. And I believe we have announced this partnership already, right, Martin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have. Okay, cool. So this is all great. I think we should probably take if we've gone on for a little bit. Let me look at a
I
few
want to address
questions.
one question from Leslie, right?
Okay, sure.
So he's saying why do we have our separate socials for kryptonites and all that? If we didn't have that, I mean, when we were talking to the guy who's helping us with distribution and selling the show to Amazon and all that, he was like, "Let me see your socials. Let me see this." Kryptonites had to have his own website, had to have his own socials, had to have his own thing. How are we gonna sell the show to a network if we don't have it? If we park it under right stream, it's gonna be really weird, right? And all the other shows that we have, they will eventually have their own presence, their own website, their own socials, and all that. It's pretty standard. So we can't just have right stream and then everything inside. We have to have a separate socials for Kryptonites and all the other shows, right? So you gotta understand, we need to get the show distributed and syndicated out, right? So that's the thing, right? Okay, so I just wanted to address that point. Yeah. Any other questions that you see, Riaz?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a quick look through. Um, Little Clo says you have to change your marketing strategy. You can't be doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah, no, we know that. And if you have been listening to this AMA, you would know that we have brought on a professional marketing and PR agency in Luna PR.
And
So
IBC,
and IBC. So
both of them, right?
we're definitely taking measures to actually amp up our marketing, and that will include everything from PR to KOLs and uh, uh, social media strategies and so forth. So we're definitely on it. Um,
Yeah.
uh, okay, I'm going to take questions from other people.
I think the people keep asking why didn't we do marketing from the start? Like I said, we were embargoed. We couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
We couldn't even mention Amazon. We couldn't mention anything. You know,
Yep.
um, our hands were totally tied. There was nothing we could do. Right? We were waiting for the green light before we could start marketing, and suddenly the show was live, and this also caught us off guard.
And
Mm.
And also remember that when a show is on a platform like Amazon, this is not a one week or 2 week journey. It's not like film being released in a theater and you say, "Hey, what's the box office tomorrow?" It doesn't work like that. With with the platform like Netflix or an Amazon, the marketing campaign is ongoing even after the launch, months on in, because we want to try keep driving the viewership. So it's not like we have missed any particular opportunities. It's the show is live, which is the most wonderful thing, and now the marketing kicks in. It'll keep sustaining for quite a long time, well into season 2, and then season 2 marketing kicks in. So this is basically the flywheel is started now, and it'll continue on that path. Um, when is Deanne going to be on? Do you mean on an AMA? We can certainly get Deanne on an AMA if that's the question. Deanne is, good friends of ours. He's actually in Vegas. Mike is going to be in Vegas. He's actually doing a little segment for us on Kryptonites Live as well, which we'll be recording. So Debney asked, but Luna PR has been present since the beginning of the casting. How come this wasn't done any sooner? I'm not sure if you guys run companies or not, but there's a process to this, and there's a process to building relationships, and there's a process to building trust. It doesn't happen overnight, and even for them, they needed to see that the production values of the show actually be on air on Amazon, and for us to fulfill the promises that we made before they could actually commit to us as well. So now they're all in. But these things do take time. Another question, yeah, go
One
ahead,
thing I want
John.
to add. One thing I want to add is that is that there is a real difference pre Amazon and post Amazon, right? Before the show was on Amazon, we really had. I mean, we were unknown entity, right? People didn't know Kryptonites, they didn't see anything, so it was really difficult to get all these partnerships. But the minute the show went live on Amazon, now we're starting to see people reach out to us. It's a real night and day difference. So we're seeing things happening now, like certain names and this and that, and brands approaching us. So it's like, I mean, you guys don't see it, but we see it. You know what I'm saying? It's like within 1 week, it's like, wow, the number of people reaching out to us. Like, we've been trying to reach out to these people for so long. But the minute we were on Amazon, now they're talking to us. So, you know, building a business is like that. I know everybody wants overnight success, instant this, instant that, instant this, but unfortunately, that's not how it works, right? So now we're seeing all these people talking to us, we're negotiating with them. We can't work with everyone. We want to see who has the best thing, the best offer, and negotiations take time. And the fruits of the negotiations also take time. Fruits of the partnerships take time. This is how life works. But we have a solid foundation here. We have a show that's on Amazon Prime or Prime Video. It's on the streaming platform. It's not on the pay-per-view, right? And it's really interesting, the brands and the names talking to us right now. So we're really set up for amazing success. Like I said, we couldn't do the marketing because we were embargoed, but now we have two companies coming in to help us. And the show is live, and we just keep ramping it up. And we're preparing and thinking about season two now for Kryptonite. Season two has to be much, much, much better than season one. And season one is already the best show out there in this space. So I'm looking at the big picture. I'm staying focused on the big things and things what we're doing. And one day we're going to be an iconic brand. And that's what I believe. I 100% believe this.
And Joseph, to be honest, I'm really surprised at some of the negative comments from people. Failure of season one is a failure of all seasons, but season one is a success, guys. What are you talking about? it's it blows me away when people ask questions like that. It's season one is on the big streamer, biggest streamer on the planet. Uh, I don't get it, and I think, look, I have to say, guys, that I'm not going to be able to please all of you. I think it's impossible to keep everyone happy forever, because
Well,
everybody has
it's the
different
same. It's
opinions.
the same guy with multiple accounts for you. It's the same guy setting all the negative stuff. It's the same
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
with
it's the same.
names.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
know who he
I
is.
think
Right?
I think
Yeah,
it's very deliberate and intentional.
yeah,
So
it's intentional.
it's
Right?
it's just trying to spread FUD, which you know what? If you're actually part of our community, if you're not happy here, please sell your tokens, leave.
Go,
That's
leave.
fine. We
Right. That's
we we
fine
want
by us.
good
Mhm,
energy, but we want good people to
mhm.
come on the successful journey with us. If you
Yeah.
don't want to be here, don't be here. That's
Yeah.
how I see it.
If you
I
don't
And
think
see that what
that,
we're trying to do here, how this is going to be so iconic, if you can't see
yeah,
that, then I
yeah,
don't think you should be here, right?
yeah, I think the way to look at it is people invest in a token typically, don't they? And they expect a product to come out of it. Well, actually, if you invest in the right token, what we're building is we're building a Netflix version of Web3. We're building a Kickstarter, but then a Web3 version of it. And we're
yeah.
building the biggest TV show in this space. So we're building three projects on the one token. I mean, if you don't see that,
Yeah, if you don't see it, there's nothing else we can tell you,
yeah,
right? And it's okay, guys. It's perfectly fine. We cannot make everybody happy, but
Mm.
I will say this much, that people that do stick around, I'm very confident they'll be very, very happy. So, but it's a journey. It's we're business builders. We're not here for a quick pump, and we're here to create something that's very, very sustainable. Um, let's
And I
see.
want to say something else. On the flip side, we've had some really amazing people in our community, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, like really, really constructive and really supportive, and they see what's happening and what we're trying to do here. and they get it. So on one, I think by and large, most of the community is fantastic, really, really
Yeah,
fantastic. A lot
yeah,
of you guys talk to me. I know I'm getting a lot of DMs. I've been extremely busy, guys, because of partnerships and other things I need to work on. I can't hang around on the chat too much, but I really do appreciate a lot of you guys who supporting us and DMing me and all that. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And um, yeah, a lot of you have been fantastic. All right, really, really
yeah.
fantastic. Mm,
And thanks, Rhett. I read your comments. Appreciate your support. Thanks, fam,
mm,
as well.
mm.
You know, yeah, yeah, I love the positivity, and it's all part of the journey. The ups and downs are part of the journey. But uh, in my life experience, when you stay positive and you have your mind on the end game, then you always come through it. You make it happen. And like Joseph said, we've got some amazing, very, very positive people in the community, and we love working with you guys.
Yeah, like I said, right, the invisible things that you guys don't see
Yeah,
that resulted from being on Amazon, right? You don't see it, right? And we can't honestly we can't talk about
yeah,
it because we talk about it prematurely, we may end up losing these deals. So um, yeah, that's all I can say right now. I don't want to hint too much because last time we hinted on something and we it
yeah.
cost it cost us.
Yes.
It really did. So I'm not going to go down that path again. All right.
No, no. Cool. Um, Pan Joseph, is there any other things that you want to add before we wrap?
Um, I don't know. I had a lot of things, but now I'm blank. Did I miss anything? Else? You
No,
know,
I don't think you missed.
I would say, look, let us keep building. Let us keep building. It was really the marketing thing was really, like I said, it's something that we couldn't control. We had to keep that embargoed for a while, but now that we can actually start, we want the team give the team time to ramp it up. We've got IBC in, we've got Luna PR in, and we've been having like almost daily calls with them on how they can ramp this up and push this out there. Um, and like I said earlier, the disconnect between kryptonites and right stream, something we're trying to solve and see if we can simplify or what
it's
other solutions, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. One of our community has commented on that. That many see the stream, right stream, is separate from kryptonites. That is why the marketing of kryptonites does not have an impact on right stream. And
Hundred
I think
percent.
it's a very valid point, guys.
Mm, mm.
Like if I was a third party out there, it would be hard for me to make that connection. But I think uh, we have to market both of these entities for the true functionality for what RightStream stands for and what Kryptonite stands for. And then RightStream benefits because it's got an ownership stake in Kryptonites. That's how the benefit ensues. Otherwise, through marketing, we're finding it very challenging to make that connection to the external world. So, very, very valid point
Yep,
that you
same
have
feedback
raised.
we're getting from IBC
Yeah,
and from Luna. Same thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So, mm.
yeah. Another interesting question: are you getting Charles Hoskinson? I think it would be really good for the show. Actually, Charles is a really interesting guy. I, I'm not 100% sure that we will get him for next season, but we're keeping that option open.
Like I said earlier, guys, everything changed when we got on Amazon and people saw that we are on Amazon. Then now people want to talk to us. Now people want to. So we'll see, right? We're talking to many different people. Let's see what's best, for the future, right? We have a lot of options
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I think Red says, I'd love to see a partnership with a major minor celebrity on making a movie. That is definitely in the works.
That
Thank
is
you.
definitely in the works. We can't tell you anything,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
100%. And, I come from the film and TV industry, right? So I have a lot of relationships within that space. And there are a couple that we are activating now. We had to kind of get the whole Kryptonite journey done and the show on air. Now we can start focusing on some of the other films and TV series that are in the pipeline. And of
Mm.
course, season 2 of Kryptonite as well. Cool. I think that's pretty much it for today. I don't have much more to add. Joseph, Martin,
Nope.
you guys
I
good?
think we're good.
Okay. All right. I want to thank everyone for attending the AMA today. And of course, we're always there in the different channels to talk to you directly as well if you have further questions. But please be mindful that we can't be addressing every single question because we simply do not have the bandwidth to do that. And we do have to focus on the business and we have a lot on our plates. But we will try our best to answer your questions as we can. Thanks, everyone, and look forward to doing more exciting things together and lots of goodies in the pipeline. Stay tuned.
Thank you, everyone.
And just on a closing note, for those that aren't aware, we also got a special Telegram group for those that are holding more than 500,000 tokens. And often we give special insights in there and a little bit of alpha as well. So if you want to get in that group, make sure you hold 500,000 tokens and just, send Aman a direct message.
Beautiful. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Cheers, guys.